Welcome, grade 7 learners, to this cinematic explainer of your very own social ecosystem. Think of me as your expert guide through the wilderness today. We're embarking on a pretty serious but honestly incredibly empowering journey to prep you for your exams and, for life in general. Because, let's face it, just like traversing a wild, vibrant jungle, navigating human relationships takes sharp senses, a solid understanding of your environment, and knowing exactly how to protect yourself. So let's gear up and explore this beautifully complex terrain together. Here is our map for today's expedition. We'll be hitting 6 key areas: identifying the hazards, spotting the signs, the power of communication, defense strategies, digital navigation, and finally, safe havens. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. Identifying the hazards. Understanding abuse.
Okay, let's dive into this absolutely crucial concept for your exams. Listen, just like in nature, recognizing a predator or a dangerous environment is literally the very first step to survival. So what is abuse? Well, it's defined as when someone misuses a relationship and threatens you. It is a totally unnatural, unhealthy dynamic that actively violates human rights. And this can take a few different shapes: physical, emotional, or sexual forms, or sometimes a really toxic combination of them all. Basically, it's the exact opposite of a healthy, thriving ecosystem. Now, you really need to know the difference between 2 types of environmental hazards here. First, a threatening situation. This is like staring down an active predator. There is a clear, immediate threat of abuse happening right now. On the flip side, you have a risky situation. This one is more like walking on thin ice. It's a scenario that could potentially lead to abuse. In those risky situations, your absolute best survival tactic is a tactical retreat. Trust your gut, get away immediately, and seek help. Now, in the wild, adults usually protect the young, right? But sometimes, unfortunately, the hazards come from the very adults meant to be protectors. Adult-to-child abuse breaks down into 3 main categories. There's physical abuse, which involves hurting the body, hitting, burning, or even withholding medical care. Then there's emotional abuse. This one is less visible but leaves severe, invisible scars. We're talking about constant yelling, calling a child worthless, making negative sibling comparisons, or severe neglect. And finally, sexual abuse, which covers everything from inappropriate conversations all the way to forced sexual acts. Recognizing these forms is absolutely critical, both for your exams and your own awareness. But hazards can totally exist within your own herd, too. Peer-to-peer abuse happens between equals, people of similar age and status, like your classmates. This can be physical, like pushing, hitting, or sexual exploitation. It can also be emotional, like relentless name-calling or threatening. And of course, there's a modern twist to this territorial aggression: cyberbullying. This is where untrue stories or photos are completely weaponized on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or WhatsApp. It spreads like wildfire, and it's something we all need to be on guard against.
Section 2. Spotting the signs. The effects of abuse.
This is where things get really deep. There's often a stark contrast between the external signs we observe and the profound internal impact the victim feels. Look at physical abuse, for example. We might see bruises, or maybe someone wearing long clothes in summer to hide them, right? But inside, they often believe it's their own fault and they stay quiet to protect the abuser. They normalize it. With emotional abuse, a person might literally look physically sick, depressed, or even act out aggressively. But internally, they're battling severe anxiety and truly believe they just aren't good enough. And with sexual abuse, external signs like a sudden fear of touch or bedwetting mask some heavy internal feelings: depression, feeling dirty, or maybe an unnatural interest in sex compared to their peers. As a watchful member of your ecosystem, understanding these hidden layers is your key to identifying when someone in your pack is in serious trouble. Section 3. The power of communication. Your greatest defense. Think of this as your self-defense vocalization. Communication is literally your secret weapon against abuse. The protocol here is crystal clear. Speak up. You have to stop the internal self-blame. You must learn to confidently say no if any situation makes you feel uncomfortable. Talk to a trusted guide in your life and stand up for yourself. Breaking the silence is the ultimate shield against the darkness of abuse. You should never, ever accept it silently. Okay, but what happens when you find a wounded member of your pack? What if a friend comes to you? This step-by-step protocol is absolutely vital exam material. Number 1, start by staying completely calm. Just listen, don't act shocked, and definitely don't blame them. Number 2, say that you believe them, that it is not their fault, and that they did the right thing by telling you. Number 3, don't interrogate them for details, don't make false promises, and do not promise to keep it a secret. And finally, number 4, do report it to a trusted adult immediately. Bringing an adult into the situation isn't betraying them, it is an absolute necessity for their survival. Section 4.
defense strategies, navigating daily life.
First things first, we gotta fortify the den. Securing your home base is all about setting clear, vibrant boundaries. Don't be afraid to say no if someone gets into your personal space. Never give your personal details or your address to strangers, no exceptions. Make sure your environment is visible. Check that those outside lights are working. Memorize your emergency numbers. And here's a classic survival rule that never gets old. Never open your door to a stranger. Now, when you're traversing the open terrain out in the world, sticking to the herd and staying super vigilant are literally matters of survival. Always, always plan your route and tell someone where you're going. Try to never walk alone. And if you ever feel like you're being tracked, immediately seek the safety of a crowd. If you're out, never leave your drink unattended or accept one from a stranger. And when gathering with others at parties, stick near the people you trust and avoid alcohol so you can keep your senses perfectly sharp. Section 5. Digital navigation. Internet safety. Welcome to the digital jungle. The laws here are strict, you guys. First up, avoid strangers in games and chat rooms. Camouflage is incredibly easy on the internet. You never really know who is behind the screen. Never share your physical address online. Never agree to an in-person meeting without a trusted adult present. And perhaps most importantly, think critically before you share photos or videos. In the digital world, the tracks you leave are permanent. Once a photo is out there, it is almost impossible to erase. Let's take a quick mental rest stop for a sec with a wild piece of digital history. Did you know the very first internet message was actually supposed to be the word login? But the whole system crashed after just 2 letters. So the very first digital footprint ever left was simply the letters LO. Just a fun little reminder that technology has always been a bit unpredictable.
Section 6. Safe havens and helplines.
Okay, let's lock these vital lifelines into our memory, both for your exams and for your real-world survival kit. Childline is available 24/7 at 0800 055 555. The police emergency number is 10111. For mental health support or in cases of sexual assault, Lifeline and rape crisis is 0861 322 322. And the AIDS helpline is 0800 012 322. Remember, these numbers are your flares. Use them to signal for help. But help isn't just a phone call away, It's right in your local terrain. For those of you in the Durbanville area, safe havens literally exist right nearby. The MES Center of Hope offers shelter for the homeless and for victims of abuse. The Durbanville Children's Home provides temporary or even permanent safe housing. And Huis Jobbies offers a temporary home specifically for victims of domestic abuse. So remember, even in the darkest moments, sanctuaries are there for you. And just like that, we've reached the end of our expedition. You are now equipped with the knowledge to totally ace your exams, but more importantly, to survive and thrive in your social world. So, I'm going to leave you with this question to ponder. Now that you know exactly how to navigate the terrain, spot the hidden signs, and use your voice, how will you help keep your own ecosystem safe? Stay sharp, stay vigilant, and take care of your herd out there.